0% interest. It sounds like the system finally gave you a break. It wasn't. And the math on what it's actually costing you will make you want to throw your store credit card into the sun. Here's the thing. Every zero interest for 24 months offer you've ever signed up for was designed by a room full of PhDs whose one job was to make sure you paid more than if you just bought the thing outright. You're not getting the deal, you're getting played, and your retirement account is the one quietly bleeding out. My name is Milo. Subscribe if you want the real numbers. Here's what's actually happening. You know the pitch. You're standing in Best Buy, new laptop, $1,200. The guy says, we can do 0% financing for 18 months. You think, smart. I keep my cash, I pay no interest, I win. That's the setup. That's what they need you to believe, because the offer sounds so clean. Zero, nothing, free money basically. And look, you're not stupid for thinking that. The offer is engineered to sound logical. 0% is 0%. Math is math, except it isn't. Because 0% financing isn't a loan product, it's a behavioral trap dressed up in math clothes. Let's go line by line. You financed that $1,200 laptop at 0% for 18 months. Monthly payment, $66. Fine, except you are now the kind of person who finances things. So 3 months later, you're at a furniture store. Couch, $2,400. 0% for 24 months. Payment, $100 a month. Still fine, right? 6 months after that, Ashley needs braces. The dental office offers an in-house payment plan. 0%, 12 months, $180 a month. You're already in financing mode, so you say yes. Now you have $346 a month locked into zero interest payments. Here's where it gets dark. That $346 a month, if instead you'd saved it starting at age 30, invested in a basic index fund averaging 7% annually, you'd have $340,000 by age 65. Not hypothetical, that's the actual compound math. But it gets worse, because 0% financing isn't actually 0% for most people. The deferred interest clause, buried in paragraph 9 of the terms, says if you miss a single payment or if there's any balance remaining on day 366 of your 12-month plan, they charge you interest retroactively from day 1 at rates averaging 26.99%. On that $1,200 laptop, that's $324 in sudden interest hitting your account on month 13. On the $2,400 couch, $648, retroactive, immediate, due now. In 2023, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau reported that deferred interest products generated over $1 billion in unexpected charges for American consumers in a single year. Not from people who didn't do math, from people who thought they were being smart. And here's the real trap inside the trap. These offers exist because they increase what retailers call basket size, the total you spend, by an average of 15 to 30%. You wouldn't have bought the $2,400 couch, you'd have bought the $1,400 couch, but 0% made the expensive option feel identical, so you upgraded. They knew you would, they modeled it. The laptop company gets paid up front by the financing arm. The financing arm makes money on the 30% of customers who triggered deferred interest, and the store gets a bigger sale. Everyone wins, except you. Now layer this on top of everything else happening in your financial life. You're already putting 8% into your 401k, the minimum to get the employer match. You've got $14,000 in student loan debt at 6.5%. Your emergency fund is $600, which is basically nothing, and you're walking around with $346 a month in free financing commitments that feel like they're costing you nothing because the payment is comfortable. This is how retirement gets quietly nuked. Not one catastrophic decision, a dozen comfortable ones. The 0% trap works because it removes the psychological pain of spending. When you swipe a credit card, there's friction. When you take out a normal loan, there's interest, a visible cost. But 0% feels like getting away with something. And that removal of friction is exactly what gets exploited. In 1970, a single median income in America could cover a mortgage, a car, and 2 kids. Today, median household income is around $75,000, but the cost of housing, childcare, and healthcare has grown 3 to 5 times faster than wages since then. You're not in these financing traps because you're bad with money. You're in them because your real purchasing power has been steadily compressed, and these products are specifically designed to bridge that gap at your expense. Here's what actually changes things. Before you ever sign a 0% financing agreement, run what I call the real cost audit. Add up every monthly payment you currently carry. Car, financing plans, subscriptions you pay monthly instead of annually. If that number exceeds 15% of your take-home pay, you are in accumulation mode and it is actively suppressing your wealth building. Then do one more thing. Take whatever you'd finance and ask, what would this cost me in retirement dollars? Use a simple compound interest calculator. They're free, they're everywhere. That $1,200 laptop financed instead of saved at 7% over 30 years doesn't cost $1,200. It costs $9,100 in lost retirement wealth. Write that number on the price tag in your head every time. 0% financing isn't a gift from a generous retailer. It's a behavioral engineering product designed to get you to spend more, feel less, and hand over $1 billion a year in deferred interest charges. Now you see the mechanism. So the next time someone says 0% for 18 months, you'll know exactly who wins in that deal. And it's not you. Hit subscribe for more real math. I'll see you in the next one.